7 years after the Twin Towers fell, the first steel beam of the World Trade Center Memorial is now in place.
We want to make sure the memorial is complete by the 10th anniversary.
Joe Daniels witnessed the attacks. He heads the foundation that's raised $350 million to ensure a memorial and museum are the focus of the 16-acre site instead of the new office towers, shops, and transit hub.
Those are all important, but it needs a beating emotional heart, and I think having the memorial on the 8 acres in the middle of all that is really going to be a powerful lift.
It will include a tree-filled plaza with 2 pools marking the footprints of the towers.
What the design really tries to do is to create a place for people to gather together, to reflect on what happened here.
But that's all at least a few years off. For now, 2,000 visitors a day rely on the nearby Tribute Center. It tells the tale of life both before and after the deadliest terrorist attack in American history. A piece of a plane, a firefighter's jacket, the faces of the victims.
You're looking at steel that was bent most likely from the force of the collapse.
15 miles away in an old hangar at Kennedy Airport lies some of the most precious pieces of the Trade Center. While removing 2 million tons of debris, workers picked out certain relics to be saved.
WTC 213.00, that gives you the code for locating it in the building.
So that tells you where it actually stood.
Correct.
Alice GREENWALD will be the director of the planned museum. She still gets chills every time she walks in here.
Nearly 3,000 people perished, and we have an obligation, a moral obligation, obligation of our citizenry, an obligation of just being human beings to remember them.
The last steel column removed from the site is preserved here, with pictures and messages still intact.
This is all about commemoration and about teaching.
The loss of first responders was never greater in any single event. This is the front.
The front. You can barely see the door of the cab.
Half of this fire truck was parked under a bridge, protected, while the other half was incinerated.
When I look at this truck, it's almost a metaphor of the serendipity of that day, where you were determined whether you lived or died.
A chef from the restaurant atop the Trade Center lived because he was picking up prescription glasses from a shop in the underground concourse when the first plane hit. Patricia Fagan wasn't so lucky. Her office was above the impact zone. Months later, her pocketbook was found, complete with her favorite pink lipstick. It's among the hundreds of personal effects 9/11 families have donated.
People got so little back of their loved ones often, and so anything, whether it was a Citibank swipe card or a rosary bead or a wallet, they knew that coming back would come to have a palpable meaning.
Artifacts with meaning for the world to see in a few years when the Trade Center Memorial is complete. Michelle Miller, CBS News, New York.